Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. Today we'll be taking a drive from the middle of Germany, from Dortmund, probably up north towards Scandinavia. We're going to check out the snow mods that we looked at in the last episode at night and check them out in the daytime now. I've had a good night's sleep since our last episode, so it's bright and early in the morning. We're going to take some presents for the Christmas event again up, and I think I saw a nice route up here from where we are in Dortmund up to Bremen. So we're going to grab this route right here. That'll work. We're going to begin this delivery. Yep, we know those cities are all done, but that doesn't matter. This will be our third Christmas event delivery, so we still have a good dozen or so after to do this. And again, our goal is to get up and to explore Scandinavia in the next few episodes. We're kind of just gradually making our way up there. In this episode, I think we're going to do one trip to Bremen, and if that goes well, we'll probably add on another visit after that. So let me get started here. Got a bunch of things to talk about and think in between on the drive and the way up too, but let's get started and go pick up these gifts, and then once we get there, we'll rejoin the episode here. Okie dokie, we've got our gifts loaded up. There we are, all set to go. You'll notice too, between this episode and the last, I spent some money kind of on bling for the truck. I added that cabin space overhead and some of the wraparound chrome that goes around the front of the truck, trying to spiff this up a little bit. So I think I actually spent, we had $155,000. I might have spent about $80,000 or so on this. So I kind of went overboard there to make this look a little better. And there's still a lot more to spend. I do have that, I think it's called the VH or the FH tuning pack it is. That's a DLC that allows you to add a lot of components to the Volvo truck. So I think going over time, it's about time we made the truck look a little bit better since we're spending so much time in it here. Anyway, we will get started here. This snow is in the daytime. It looks a lot less imposing than it did at night. It was a little bit hairy there driving at night, as you can tell by the fact that we ran right up onto the median strip. If you saw that episode, yeah, that wasn't our best driving experience. If you didn't see it and you want to see someone basically have an incompetent drive where they almost ran out of gas and then went right up onto a median strip and got the truck stuck there, you could go check that previous episode. Episode 44 it was. But I'm liking this in the day. I like this winter mod for the winter driving. One of the things that the winter mod also said is that it changes the timeline so that the days are shorter than they are in the regular game. So it reflects a little bit more of the shortened days during the winter time in Europe. And I did notice that when we started up about 6 o'clock, whoa, we're sliding. And when I started up at 6 o'clock, I think in the evening, it was dark. And now it's 9 o'clock in the morning. It kind of has just a little bit of an early morning feel to it than otherwise it would in the regular game. So we have a 3-hour and 46-minute drive. This should be a short drive. I'm hoping there won't be as many adventures as we had on the last episode. Bye, Dortmund. See ya. And I'll check as we get on the highway here. We'll look at some of the scenery off on the side of the road and make kind of maybe a final evaluation on this snow mod, although I would like to see it when it is actually snowing. So, but we'll see in a bit. We've got about an hour and a half left before we reach our destination in Bremen. And I've just been kind of taking a look at the snow mods here. Right up here is where you can see the one thing that's brown. See on the road right there how the lines on the road, the worn paths on the road just don't match up. Here's another one right there where you can see that it just doesn't line up right. That I think is probably my only complaint with this mod, is that especially at intersections where the roads seem to join, there's just a couple of tiles that don't quite match up right. And not that I'm not appreciative of all the hours that must go into the mod, but that's really the only kind of graphical oddity that I've seen so far, other than that huge dog park, which had this yellow wall of snow off to the side when we were driving around last night in the previous episode. So I guess those two things, but that only happened once, and it doesn't seem to be that pronounced. But the where the worn paths in the road just misalign quite a few places, that's happening a lot. It's being super picky, but it does kind of pull you out of that mode just a little bit. But let's move away from Mr. Negative and let's go to Mr. Positive. I love the feel of this mod. I mean, this just feels cold. So I live in the northern part of the United States, and they have nailed the feeling of just the sky color and the terrain. If you look off here to the side and stuff like that, I mean, it just feels like it's, 20 degrees out or 15 degrees out and cold and things like that. So for that, I really like it. The sun's lower in the sky. It's really cool to be able to be driving in a winter landscape now during this part of the year. I'm just really enjoying it. I did notice too, as I was poking around a little bit on the site that where I got the winter mod. And I'll put the names up again of the 4 winter mods that I'm using, as well as a link in the description down to where I downloaded them. It was a pretty quick download. Installation was pretty easy. I just had to make sure I pulled out the other weather mod. And there's a couple things that have to go above the others, but the instructions tell you exactly what all those are. But I also noticed there was an early spring mod, and I think there was a fall mod. So I'm kind of looking forward to matching up the terrain with the season that it is in the actual world. And so yeah, as you know, those where it misaligns like this, again, you can see it right there in front of us where they just don't align right. And again, coming up here. Other than that, this is marvelous. Just really like it. And I think we're going to stick with it for, you know, at least this Christmas time and things like that. And then going through, whoops, I got to get off the road here. Christmas time and driving through this month, especially while we're up in Scandinavia. I think that'll be really cool. So we got to slow down here. We're going to make our way to our final destination, and then we'll check in as soon as we get there. I think we'll do 2 deliveries in this episode, get us a little bit closer to Scandinavia. I couldn't stop. I slid right through that. You see that? 360 euros. But yeah, what can you do? It's definitely slipperier with this physics mod that I got. So one of the 4 mods that I installed with the winter mod set. So there's the winter mod, there's the heavy winter mod, there's the frosty wheels that turns the black part, the black walls of the tires whiter in the winter. And then I added a physics one that makes it the train a little slipperier. And definitely I couldn't stop at that light, and I know I would have been able to stop at the light had I not installed that mod. The roads are definitely slipperier. So mostly I noticed not so much horizontally and turning, kind of going to the right and left. It's a vertical. It's like when you just don't have the same braking capacity that you do in the regular game with this mod installed. I'm diverting a little bit here because I want to see these question marks. I can see a recruiting agency up here on our right there. There we go. Another recruiting agency. Gives us more variety when we hire drivers. And then straight ahead on the right, we should have another dealership, I think, and then we'll zip around to our final destination. So we have arrived at Postbed in our destination here in Bremen. So we can make this corner. This is a tight corner. Oh, it's not a problem. A little bit of curb. That's what curbs are for. We have not had a 90 experience parking for a while, and now we've got one. Oh, this looks a little challenging, but, well, we'll give it a shot here. I think I have to somehow make a U-turn back here, huh? That's the only way we can do it. Well, we'll get this lined up and check it out. This doesn't seem that bad. If I can make a U-turn here, which is the hard part, should be able to just zip right in line to this. This doesn't seem that challenging. I think I can get this corner here. Just a long, straight shot back here. I think we got this. Nice to get it on the first shot. I think we're right in here. Bang. Oop, 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 oop. Yes, got it. That wasn't bad. That was easy for a 90. That's a lot easier than the last 40s we've had, because the tricky part is how much room you have in front, obviously, and whether you can come straight back at it. That didn't seem that tricky at all. So, 11,890 euros, minus about 360 for a fine there. We are halfway to level 25. And let's go from here. We'll go right into another job. So I'll find us another job and then we'll keep moving. Okie dokie, challenge accepted. Check out what I found here. Smoked sprats. I couldn't find any Christmas gifts going north, so we'll have to just figure something else out. But smoked sprats. Now, it might not look like, I don't even know really what a sprat is. Is that like some kind of a hot dog or some kind of a bratwurst or something? I mean, it's Germany, so that would make sense. But I guess I feel like I should know what that is, but I don't. But anyway, there's a lot of them because not only is it one trailer, it's a double trailer. And I've never driven one of those before. So we're going to try this. It's a 2-hour drive, which I think is a good, nice, short drive to give this a shot on. So let's begin this delivery. I'll go pick this one up and then we'll check out the ride here. I'm a little nervous about taking a double trailer, but this should be fun. Oh. Are you kidding me? This thing is so long. Oh my gosh. Now I was talking to someone. I'll get this hooked up here first and we'll be right back. So we are hooked up here. This thing is so long. How am I going to get out of here? Okay. Challenge accepted. What could possibly go wrong, right? I have no idea how you drive this. I was mentioning that. I think I was talking to someone and they said you don't have to back these up. Like there isn't an option to back these in when you arrive. And I'm not quite sure if that's true or not. I have to go left here. Oh, screw that. I'm just going right. We'll just go around then. Now I can look out with my mouse here. Nothing coming. Good. Let's do that. We're not. No way we're making a U-turn with that. That's nuts. Wow, this is so long. It's like driving a train. This is going to be fun. What are the odds I can make it without destroying everything? How do you take a turn with this? It must have to be you go way out and then turn, right? I can't even see the back of the truck in the mirror. Oh, wow, we did that pretty well. We didn't even go on the curb at all or wipe out a sign. Nice. Got this. Okay. Well, we'll get going here on the highway and then touch base again. 2 hours and 7-minute drive, so a nice short one up to wherever we're going. I kind of forget now. Gah! There's no way I could have stopped or got through that. The front of the cab gets through, but if the truck still has pieces in it, you get nailed for that all the time. Let's take a nice wide turn here. Can I make it? Uh-oh. We're going to wipe that sign out. No! Ha! 3 for 3 on turns so far. I feel like we need to stay very far to the left here in order not to clip the right guardrails. So I need to hug the left guardrail in order not to... It's probably really good practice for just driving a regular truck. I bet the regular trailers will feel short after driving this thing. Probably good for building up your skills. Anyway, we'll get in the highway here and touch base a little bit. Really short drive, but it's fun to try a double. I think there's a special word for those, tandems? Not sure. Probably should know that, but I don't, actually. Help me out if you can. So we're about an hour outside of our destination. I still forget where it is, but we're apparently speeding. I am really liking this winter mod, though. This looks really cool now. I mean, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You got this kind of mist off in the snow. Just feels like winter. I really like what they've done with it. So, really exciting. Thumbs up for this so far. Highly recommended. Again, I'll put the link down to the mod if you want to add it to your own Euro Truck Simulator 2 environment. I'm pretty sure they have it for American Truck Simulator 2 as American Truck Simulator as well. Not 100% sure of that, but yeah, I really like this. I'm going to stick with this for a while. It's just, it changes the driving so much. And I do like the physics one. It makes it a little more challenging, but it's still good. I actually found driving at night quite a bit more challenging, at least in the snow for the first time. Maybe it'll get easier, but so far, thumbs up. I'm enjoying it. Especially delivering Christmas presents, that makes it a lot better. So I thought one other thing that I wanted to talk a little bit about what's coming up with this series and what I hope to do. And right now we're going up to Scandinavia, so we'll drive around here for a little while, do some of the achievements up in here, and then I think after that go down to France. But there's also, there's kind of regional sets of achievements, but there's also the achievements that came out with the special transport DLCs. So the special transport where you're carrying things like missiles and stuff like that. And then the heavy transport where you're carrying like the dozers and stuff. And I think we've only done 2 of the special transports so far. And then I think about half maybe of the heavy transports. Oh, that's right. I have a long trailer. I gotta be careful. So I think at some point in time it'd be nice to concentrate on some of those DLCs and some of the special achievements that come with those. Because each one of those, the special transport and the heavy transport DLCs, has a series of achievements that center on those special things, like taking consecutive special transports a certain amount of distance, or getting so much experience in 5 trips with special transports and things like that. So I think some of those would be fun to do and to make episodes on those as well. So not only do we have some kind of locational objectives to go exploring for, but we also have some DLC packs with special transports to be able to kind of to mess around with too. So we are about 14 minutes away from our destination. Excuse me. Let's touch base when we get closer to our parking spot. So we're about 4 minutes away from our destination here. And I definitely think the key to these turns, the key to any turn with a trailer is to go way out into the intersection, then turn. But especially with these long ones, it becomes really important. You've almost got to take up the whole lane. Looks like we have a question mark on our right. This is going to be an Iveco dealer. Nice. And then I did see there was also a recruitment agency in this city as well. One of the things I was thinking about Germany that's going to be fun to do too, if you've seen a bunch of the episodes, you know we've done some historical episodes. There was one on Turkish olive oil wrestling, and then we did another one on the Michelangelo quarries and the marble that was used in... Oops, I gotta go left here. The marble that was used in a lot of his statues and things. So we got a lot of, I think, historical tours, especially in Germany. There seems to be a lot of architectural buildings here that we can kind of explore and learn about. All right, so let's see what parking options we get. I don't think you have parking options for this, do you? Oh, you only have easy one, the 20. Oh, okay, so you don't have... So why is it listed there? I can do anything, and I can't click on it. You must be limited. Maybe it's a level thing then, huh? Huh, because it definitely looks like I can do anything, 170 XP for parking that. But I don't have the option. They don't have confidence in us. We'll show them, though. Yeah. So I just have to pull it over there. That should be fairly accomplishable here, I think. If I take it nice and wide. So maybe you have to be max level or something, huh? This looks fairly straightforward, though. I think I should be able to get this. Is that it? To get the back into it. There we go. All right. We're here. Nice. That was a fun episode. We did a new thing. It's pretty cool. Delivered some more Christmas presents, which is always good. We checked out the snow mods in the day and took our first double or tandem or whatever it's called. 151 experience. Not much for a short ride. 4,500 euros minus about 400 for that traffic light violation. But other than that, no real worries. So that brings us to the end of today's episode. We have 3 of our 15 Christmas event delivery, so still quite a bit more to do, and we have made it quite a ways up into Germany here. If we look at the map, we're in Hamburg now, Hamburg. We are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from finally reaching Scandinavia. So next episode, we will head up in there, and I know there's one achievement for crossing a particular bridge between Denmark and Sweden, I think it is. So we will look for that and hopefully find a route to go over that and pick up that achievement, but other than that, thanks again for tuning in. If you've enjoyed the episode, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new and want to see more of these, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell to get alerted when they come out. Again, about 2 a week, I think, is going to be what I'm trying to consistently do. And having a lot of fun with the game since coming back to it about a month or so ago. So I really want to keep going at these. Thank you again for tuning in. Oh, yes, I realize now that this will probably come out on Christmas Day. So happy holidays and happy Merry Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. If not, happy holiday to whatever holiday you do celebrate. And we'll see you in the next episode, and have a great day. Stay safe.